Hello everyone, welcome to another video with the Inspire Academy Online. And in this video, we will be taking a look at the 10 most common mistakes that English learners make. So let's get started with the first one. So the first mistake is the one with uncountable nouns. So you must probably know that there are two types of nouns in English, countable and uncountable. So for countable nouns, it's pretty easy because these are the nouns that you can count, like for example, one apple or three chairs. But uncountable nouns are a bit different because you cannot count these nouns and their plural forms do not exist. So for these nouns, you have to use quantifiers. Like for example, I have a little advice for you. So your advice being an uncountable noun, you have to use quantifiers. For example, a little in front of the noun. So the next mistake is the one with irregular verbs. So there are two types of verbs in English, regular and irregular. So regular verbs are the verbs that follow a simple rule or a pattern while forming verb tenses, whereas irregular verbs do not have any rules for their conjugation. And all you can do to avoid this mistake is to make sure you learn the irregular verbs by heart, along with their verb tenses, of course. So the third mistake is the one with subject-verb agreement. So like the name suggests, in this mistake, you have to make sure that the subject and the verb are in agreement with each other. Like for example, that car looks expensive as compared to those cars look expensive. So here you have to make sure that the subject that you're talking about, depending upon whether it's singular or plural, goes along with the verb form that you're using, because the subject and the verb again in English have to be in agreement with each other. So the next mistake is the one with auxiliary verbs. So there are three types of auxiliary verbs in English: do, be, and have. And a common mistake is knowing when to use which auxiliary verb with other verbs. So the only thing you can do here as well is that you have to learn the auxiliary verbs by heart and make sure you memorize the verbs that they go along with. So the next mistake is the one with articles. So there are two types of articles in English again: definite and indefinite. A, an, and some are indefinite articles, whereas the is a definite article. So again, which article you can use with what noun has a few rules that you need to follow. So to know more about this, you can tune into another video that we have for articles and how to use them. So the next mistake is the one with prepositions. So there are quite a few prepositions in English, and each preposition has various uses. Like for example, on, which is used to specify the day or date, but it is also used to express the position of an object on a surface. So to know how to use these prepositions, you should memorize the uses of these prepositions and go through a few examples so you know when to use which preposition. The seventh mistake is the mistake with the question word order. So when you're forming questions in English, you have to follow a rule. And if you don't follow it, you make the mistake of a question word order, and it could end up changing the sense of the sentence. So the rule that you have to follow to avoid this mistake is that you make sure that it follows a clear structure. The question word followed by the auxiliary verb, followed by the subject, and then the main verb. So if you follow this order, you will make sure that you do not repeat the mistake. So an example would be, what are you cooking for dinner? So here the question word is what, are is the conjugation of the auxiliary verb to be, the subject is you, and cooking is your main verb. So the eighth mistake is forming the present perfect tense. So it can be pretty challenging because the present perfect tense and simple tense, to make sure that you avoid this mistake, you need to know the the verb forms that you use. But to make sure that you avoid this mistake, you can tune into the video that we have on the present tense. So the next mistake is another one with the verb tenses. So more often than not, you get confused between when to use the past simple tense versus the present perfect tense. So here as well, they're pretty similar. So to avoid this mistake, you can again tune into the video that we have on past tense and present tense. And the last mistake is the one for adjectives ending in ed and ing. So one simple example would be I am interested versus I am interesting. So both are adjectives, but I am interested means you are interested in doing an activity or something like that. But I am interesting, you are describing yourself. So again, to avoid this mistake, you can follow a few simple rules, and to remember which one is the right adjective to use. And to know more about this, you can also refer to a few other videos that we have on our website, Inspire Academy Online, or on our YouTube channel. So I hope you found this video on the 10 most common mistakes that you make in English useful. And to know more about it, and to know more about how you can avoid this mistake, do follow us and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss out on new videos. And thank you for watching.